It was one of those rainy mornings where the world felt heavier than usual. Low gray clouds clung to the city skyline, mirroring the weight in Emily Stanton's heart as her wheelchair slowly rolled down the hospital corridor. The faint squeak of the wheels echoed against the sterile walls, a sound that reminded her of everything she had lost. Just 6 months earlier, Emily was a star. The youngest ballet prodigy to lead the New York Academy's grand performance, dancing under stadium lights, her every move mesmerizing thousands. But one night changed everything. A distracted driver, a slippery road, and the screech of tires left her with a spine doctors said was beyond repair. She hadn't walked since. Worse than the paralysis was the loneliness that followed. People called her brave, but they didn't. See the night she cried into her pillow or the way she faked a smile to keep her father from breaking. Charles Stanton, her father, was a billionaire CEO who had built empires and solved the world's toughest problems with money, power, and speed. But no amount of wealth could restore his daughter's legs, and no amount of power could heal her soul. If you believe in the power of kindness, second chances, and how one person can change everything, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Kindness Corner, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need light the most. Charles spared no expense, hiring top therapists, neurologists, even controversial experts from abroad. He converted a wing of his mansion into a private rehabilitation center. Nothing worked. Emily grew quieter, retreating into herself, haunted by who she used to be. It broke him, not because of appearances, but because for the first time in his life he was powerless. Finally, he decided to take her away from the city, away from the pity, away from the noise. He brought her to Healing Storms, a remote mountain retreat, known for combining modern therapy with emotional healing. It was his last hope. The mountain air was crisp and cold, almost harsh, making Emily feel even more fragile. The staff was kind, but distant, treating her like another patient on a long list. On the third day, everything changed. Emily sat alone outside a wooden cabin, staring at the treetops when a little boy approached her. He couldn't have been older than 6. Freckles sprinkled across his cheeks, and his messy brown hair had a stubborn cowlick. He stared at her wheelchair, then met her eyes and smiled. "My dad says you're really sad," he said softly. Emily blinked, unsure how to respond. "He says sad people sometimes need a different kind of help. He can help you. He helped me when my mommy went to heaven." Before she could speak, the boy pointed toward a nearby greenhouse. There, a man in worn jeans and a navy t-shirt tended to plants. His hands were rough, his movements steady. When he noticed Emily watching, he gave her a gentle smile, not pitying, not forced, just real. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. Not because of pain, she was used to that, but because of the boy's words. "He helped me." The next morning, the man approached her as she sketched. He didn't ask questions or comment on her drawings. Instead, he knelt slowly and offered her a small flower. "You don't have to smile," he said, "but maybe this will make today just 1% better." Then he walked away. His name was Adam Miller, a single father who once worked as a physical therapist at a major hospital. After his wife's sudden death, he left everything behind to raise his son in the mountains. He volunteered at Healing Storms and grew herbs, teaching survival skills to visitors. But Adam had a rare gift. He connected with people's hearts before he ever tried to heal their bodies. He didn't treat injuries. He treated people. At first, Emily resisted. She fought him with silence, sarcasm, and closed doors. Adam never pushed. He simply stayed near, gardening, playing with his son, or quietly sitting as she painted. Weeks passed. Slowly, she began talking, then laughing, then crying. Finally, trusting. One misty morning, as dawn painted the sky gold, Adam looked at her and said quietly, "I think your body is waiting on your heart, and your heart is waiting on permission to believe again." She didn't answer, but she didn't look away. Later that week, she agreed to try something unconventional. Adam recreated the ballet studio environment, mirrors, classical music, the familiar scents she loved. "I want to remind your body what it used to love," he said. The therapy was agonizingly slow and painful. But something was different this time. For the first time in months, she didn't feel like a patient. She felt like herself. And then it happened. With Adam's steady hands supporting her waist, he whispered, "Let's try to stand together." Her legs trembled. They screamed, but they didn't give out. She stood only for 3 seconds, but it was enough to make her weep. Not from pain, from hope. When Charles saw this, he was stunned. He had spent millions on experts, yet this ordinary man had achieved what none could. "What makes you think you can fix her?" Charles asked, his voice shaking. Adam didn't flinch. "Because I don't see her as broken. I see a girl who forgot how strong she is." From that day on, Charles let Adam in. Progress was slow. Some days were full of setbacks, but Emily kept going because she wasn't alone anymore. Adam never promised she would walk again. He only promised she wouldn't have to face it alone. And sometimes, that was enough. One golden autumn evening, with the field glowing under the setting sun, Emily took her first 5 unassisted steps. Adam smiled quietly. His son's laughter filled the air. Charles cried openly. For the first time in months, Emily believed in tomorrow. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to Kindness Echoes, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Your engagement helps us spread stories that heal. What part of this story moved you the most? Comment below. We'd love to hear from you.